break records while we pushing the culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order. Intellectually petty radio on the stereo. Don't compare us to anything, this a different scenario. We break records while we pushing the culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. Brought to you by M3S3 Clothing, Men Make Moves and Suckers Stand Still, and Photos by Vin. And you know, man, come on, bro. It's legends only around here. That's all we fuck with. And today is no exception. And let me make sure I get the brother name right. Akinyele is in the building. All right. Yeah, had to work on that a little bit. What's going on, bro? How's life?
Hey man, everything good, man. I'm blessed.
How's your family doing, man?
Oh man, we here, man. You know, just making it through this whole COVID situation. We're still, trying to push forward. We good.
All right, man. So, you a singer?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been professionally singing?
I want to say since I was 17. Professionally recording in studios and literally writing and vocal arranging for other people, but I've been singing all my life.
Okay, what is like when you arrange for somebody? What exactly does that entail?
Say like if somebody come to you or a producer come to you, and you have an artist, and the artist may lay the song, but the backgrounds and how the song move is not there. So, I specialize in arranging backgrounds and putting harmonies and just making the song move and adding color to it.
Okay, and my bad, man. I know you hear a little typing in the background. I'm just making sure I got everything right on the YouTube because we live on YouTube, and I wanted for some reason the name didn't change, and I wanted to make sure we got that shit updated. I don't want nobody confusing you with nobody else. You deserve all the respect
I appreciate it, man.
Offer. No doubt, man. Yo, man, and before we got on air, I was talking about the studio setup. Yo, that shit is fucking dope, bro.
Thanks, man. This is only one half of it. I got behind this is all live bass, live guitar, live drums, live instrumentation. This is where the band come in and we get it in.
Yo, so you got a whole band, or is it just you record other people?
Both. When I do my shows, depending on what that bag is. Sometimes they require me to have a live band, so I do have a live band on deck, and then other shows I could just track it out.
Wow, that's pretty dope. So for your live band, like okay, you got what, a keyboard, bass, drums.
Well, I got two keyboardists. Actually, my dad is my MD. He's on lead guitar. My brother's on bass. And I got two different drummers that I use depending on how their schedule will be.
Okay, that's pretty dope, man. That your brother and your father is like supportive and involved.
Yeah, actually, my dad is the reason why I do what I do, man.
Okay, why you say that? What happened?
His resume crazy, man. My dad played for Atlantic Star. He played for The Time. He did the Revolution tour with Prince. He played with Parliament Funkadelics. So he was heavy on the like rock funk type back in his day. That's what he did. He just toured the world and played guitar.
That's great. Yo, this shit with Prince. This shit with Morris Day and them.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Got some stories for that one. So were you on the road with him, or you just kind of just start doing your own thing? And then
I was actually when my dad was doing that, and he was at that part of his life. I was still a youngster. I was still sheltered with my mom's, but then my mom was heavy on the gospel side. Like she went to school with the Winans, and her and all my aunties and the Clark sisters is real tight. So I grew up around it was like the yin and yang with my mom and dad. Like my mom introduced me to all of the gospel, and my dad introduced me to all of the funk and the rock and the R&B. So
Man, I swear I went to elementary school with one of the Winans' nephews, cousins, or something. It's 3,000 of them in Detroit.
Oh yeah,
And yo, my
they
man,
deep.
he what's that song Whitney Houston? I believe the children are the future.
Teach them well and let them
Yeah,
lead the way.
he would sing that every year at every event, and would just make the rest of us look just dumb as hell.
Man, I don't know what it is about the Winans, but they got like a musical boot camp in their family or something.
It ain't even fair, man. It's like, man, motherfuckers that don't even think about singing just can sing.
Right. Yep.
You know, when did you realize, damn, I actually can blow?
Um. Honestly, bro, I still don't think I'm there. Like, and the reason that I say that is because I can honestly say that 70, maybe even 80% of the other artists that I work with probably can out sing me. Like honestly. Um, but what I got that a lot of artists don't got is the know when and the know how. And what I mean by that is I know how to write great songs for me. I might not be the best singer, but that song and the way that it's arranged and what I'm talking about in the concept is gonna be so relatable and it's gonna be dope enough for everybody to be like, oh, that's that guy. But anybody can out sing you, bro. Like, it's great singers who can't write good music.
Okay, but not first off, it ain't that many great singers. Let's be honest.
Ah, we in Detroit, man. I got a bag to differ.
I
It's some
grew up, bruh,
it's
on
some
7 Mile
singers
and
in
South
Detroit.
Hill, man. When you say, like, how we defining great?
It's some singers in Detroit, man. I mean, and then when you're talking about singing, it's so many different levels to it, bro. Because I've heard people tell me, which I totally don't agree with, like singers like Tank and Jasmine Sullivan. I heard people say they do too much. Like how? That's
Oh,
what
they too
singing.
many runs, too many riffs, shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But when you looking at like the vocal acrobats and the range and things like that, it's like that's what singing entails. They're showcasing what they do. Then you got other people who was like one of my greatest singers, one of them, which is like Joe, who never really go over the top, but he delivers perfectly. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's like sports, bro. Like everybody gonna have their favorite player, but everybody not gonna like everybody.
See, I fucks with Jasmine Sullivan. It's just the toxic shit she be saying. Sometimes, like, I don't be telling women to bust nobody car windows and shit like that. Like, although I understand.
Yeah, you got to embrace it
Yeah.
because as an artist, that's her truth. That's probably something that she went through or something that she seen or what I'm saying. Artists pull from different places. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of got to respect it because that is the time and the day and the age that we live in.
I will have you locked up, just for the record. Just saying. You bust my
Yeah.
windows. I'm
Oh
calling the
yeah.
popos on your ass. I'm too old for that shit. And
Oh yeah.
I ain't clowning none of that shit.
I feel you.
So you write songs for other people, right?
Yes.
You write songs for women?
Yes. I actually
Like
write better for women than I do for guys.
like how do you do that? Like I've always wondered like how people can
Um.
I don't even know how to word it.
Well, I think a lot of that contributes to me growing up with a grandmother, my mama, and five aunties all in one house.
Oh wow.
So I grew up around women. I know women, and then like me and my little sisters, like best friends. I pretty much raised her,
Okay.
and so just different conversations and watching the way women are. And side note, before I really, well, I was already dove off into music, but in the process, before I really made it to that point to where this is what I really want to do. If we doing some honesty right now, I used to be, a male exotic dancer at Watts. So I was around women all the time. All I did, that was my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I dealt with,
So when I was a teenager and we was circling Finkel in Wyoming, it was cause of your ass. They was coming out, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Yep. Yep. you know, that was a part of my lifestyle. But it taught me so much. It taught me so much as far as like even the aspect what you asked me about how do I write for women.
Mm,
I dealt with so many different women, multiple women at one time with so many different attitudes and moves, and it was all a learning experience. And then on top of that, it gave me that confidence to get up in front of people, like, cause if you can do that, it
yeah,
it really ain't no
you,
stage you
you,
can't get on.
that's wild. I'm just curious, how do you decide? Yeah, I'm about to go shake my shit for the ladies.
It wasn't a decision for me. It was a bet actually. It wasn't even supposed to turn into a career. I always was an entertainer, dancer type dude.
Mm-hmm.
And a young lady just she was like, "Yeah, you cold, but I bet you won't go and watch and do your thing." I said, "I can go anywhere. I'm cold. Like when it comes to this dancing, I'm cold." And so she bet me to go in there on amateur night. I went in there, and then I got the response that I expected, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect it in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to regular clubs and you get in a circle and you do your thing and everybody like, oh yeah, you cold. But it's different when you in a club full of women and all they there only thing they there for is to see men do their thing. And I got up there on amateur night and they went crazy. And Mr. Watts came up to me and was like, man, you want a job? You really want to work here? Like, yeah, it's money,
That's crazy, bro.
women.
What was the money like?
Man,
And I'm
um,
sorry, but this left on us. But what was the money like, nigga?
crazy. Put it like this: I probably lived a for real, good 3 years of my life without paying nothing. No, no rent, no car note, no nothing. I ain't buy no clothes, and then the money that I was making it for what I wanted to do,
Man,
whatever I wanted to do.
damn.
But it was very toxic though. It was a lot of craziness happening in those times.
Yeah, you was getting your windows bust out. I'm certain.
Mm, not really. Just I never really had that type of drama. I had the type of drama like, you married. Why you on me? Craziness. But you know, all of those things is what makes the music better. Because now I got a lot of places I can pull from. I got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of situations to talk about.
When's the last time you had your heart broke?
Um, I don't know, bro. I want to say I'm in an 8 year relationship, so my heart get broke every other day. But you know what I'm saying, we work through it. But outside of my relationship, before I actually really locked down and got into my relationship, I want to say my last real relationship heartbreak was probably um my ex before my ex of the relationship that I'm in now.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You still writing about that? And I don't mean like you pining for them, but just basically tapping into the pain.
Um, Not necessarily that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just pull from my experiences now
Okay.
because I always say when you in a for real relationship, because I know a lot of people tend to used to tell me like when you go through more you'll write better because you have something to pull from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that instance, I've been through so much at a young age that I'm finally in a place where it's like I don't want that no more. I'd rather deal with this and stay home and keep the family on lock and whatever we go through we'll work through. So a lot of people don't understand it's pain in that too. You know what I'm saying? It's you
You
gotta
ain't
have a
lying.
you gotta have a certain drive for it. You gotta have a certain real genuine love to stay, as well as your partner has to have for you. So it's a lot of things to pull from that. And then I'm a people's person, so a lot of people kick it with me, and I done told stories, and they don't even know I told their stories. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm that friend out of all of my guys who you can come and kick it with me, and whatever we talk about, it's never going to leave us. But
Okay.
by me being a writer, I'm definitely pulling from your pain because I'm listening to you, I'm feeling you, I'm giving you the best advice that I can, and you know what I'm saying, you keeping it real with me. But I'm taking all of these mental notes. Oh, so this is how this man feel while he going through this.
So,
Or
has anybody ever come to you and been like, "That song was about my shit"?
yeah, yep,
Did it feel some type of way?
no, no, because I guess the way that I convey it is like was like it's not necessarily telling on me, but you made it so relatable that I know that it's not just me that went through that.
Okay.
I know that's something that's that song that whenever somebody going through that particular moment or anything similar to that, that's that song they're gonna need to hear. That's that song they're gonna need to bang.
So, what's your latest project?
My latest project is Sex Chronicles 2. I dropped that in 21. And the only reason I didn't drop anything after that is because I wanted to allow that to have his legs and really grow and really spread the way that I think that it should because I gave him like 22 bangers on that boy.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of music, especially nowadays.
Yeah. Cause it was the 6 year July 21 was the 6 year anniversary of Sex Chronicles 1.
Okay.
So I did Sex Chronicles 1 in I want to say 2015. I dropped some projects in between there. But Sex Chronicles 1 was the main project that stood out more than anything. But then when I dropped Sex Chronicles 2, it surpassed everything, even Sex Chronicles 1.
Okay, that's dope. When you
Yeah.
when you got something else dropping?
Um got the Christmas EP about to drop on the 18th of this month. A 4-song Christmas EP. Just to get everybody in the mood and the spirit, something that you can enjoy with your family. Um and then later in March, I'm working on something that's gonna shock the world.
Okay. The Christmas EP. You doing any traditional stuff or they all original?
All original.
Okay.
And I have a Christmas album already previously out that's probably like 4 years old now that I did a lot of traditional cover type stuff on. You can get that on all digital platforms. That's been out for a couple years. And by being Christmas music, we recycle and re-promote every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I only did a 4-song EP this time because I already got a full Christmas album. But Christmas is one of those I just love Christmas, the holiday spirit. So I
Oh
always try
man.
to do something around the holidays.
Man, I love Christmas. As I've gotten older, and my kids live out of we don't live in the I don't live in Detroit anymore. So my oldest is on the West Coast. My two youngest still in the city. It ain't the same, but man, I just love like I forget what hood that is in like it ain't in Detroit. I want to say it's Dearborn. It's like a whole neighborhood. They do it up with lights and
Like
shit.
shit. Yep.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
loved when it's snow out there. You just drive through that shit. Have a
Hmm.
little hot chocolate when you get to the crib. Back when I was smoking, I would go home, smoke one, and
Yeah.
sit and look at the Christmas tree. Like, oh my god, man, Christmas used to just be that shit, man.
Yeah, man. They give you a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Even
god, man.
though, believe it or not, Christmas is like one of my strongest times to actually write a lot of pain too. Because
I believe it. It's one of the biggest depression seasons
yes. Yep.
out there.
Yep. Yep. And for me, I get a lot of artists that try to get in the studio and want to create around those times and they heart be so heavy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like
yeah.
we walk around with a smile because that's what we're supposed to do for the time of the year and we want everybody. But man, I've been in the studio with some artists and they literally broke down and cried on me, bro. And yeah,
How do you handle that? Like somebody coming in because I'm like back in my day I used to rap, and like one time I did a song for my mom's, rest in peace to her, but like I'm in there just bawling like a big ass baby,
Mm-hmm.
and the niggas looking at me like, you all right, bro? And I couldn't even explain it. It wasn't like like my mother was a great mother. It wasn't no syrupy. I was sad. It was just I at that moment I just appreciated her so much,
Right.
you know. But what do you do? Like, how do you handle it when somebody comes in there and starts crying?
Let them have their moment.
Mm-hmm.
Try to push them through that pain. Try to get as much out of them that you can without being disrespectful to their feelings.
Mm.
Um, and try to get them to pull from that pain. Try to, it's pain makes some of the greatest music, man. So all those emotions are needed.
Man,
Are
yeah,
needed.
we wouldn't have some classics if it wasn't for a lot of pain.
Yeah, man.
Do you prefer for you? Do you prefer a painful song or like a dance joint?
It depends on my mood. It depends on my mood.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my stuff is concepts. A lot of my personal music is like concept projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of do my projects in sections.
Okay.
Like so, if I know I'm on some sexy, I'm doing like for the next week, I'm doing like all sex music. I'm in that zone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I
I
got
got
you.
the Hennessy in the studio with me. I'm sipping. I'm in my zone. If I'm doing, I want to do some more pour out my heart, pour out type feelings. It's like closed session, lights out, just me and my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So if I need to cry, I'ma cry. If I need to scream, I'ma scream. And then when it's time for like, if I want some bangers or some club stuff, yeah, invite a couple of homies over. Yo, man, let's catch a vibe. I'm working on this track we got on, so we in the studio vibe and kind of set the mood up for what it
I
is
feel you.
what I'm trying to convey.
So how did your woman deal with it?
Very supportive, very 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 supportive. I probably got one of the most understanding and supportive women you could ask for, man. Like when it comes to me and music, she just like, yo, do what you gotta do. And even a lot of people don't say this, but I ain't. I'm gonna be real with mine.
Mm-hmm.
My lady probably one of my strongest silent investors, man.
Mm.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? It's
dope.
from I'm talking about wardrobe for shows and studio I need for equipment and plug-ins that I might need. She like, if you ain't got it, let me know how much you need, and I'm gonna match you, or we gonna figure it out. You'll have it, regardless of what we gotta
That's
do. You know what I'm saying? So
dope.
so yeah.
So what song is for her?
Actually, on Sex Chronicles 2, it's the
Mm-hmm.
her title name is called Jade.
Oh,
You know what I'm
oh,
saying? So on Sex Chronicles 2, I didn't want to sugarcoat it. I didn't want nobody to guess to think like, nah, I'm this song is dedicated to my lady, the mother of my daughter, and the woman who I'm with. And
how'd she
yeah.
respond?
Um and the funny part about it is she actually heard the song before she was supposed to hear it. Because I wanted to surprise her, with the album and you know. But I was actually down here with my business partner and we was just going over some of the music. And her and her twin sister walked in and she was like, "Oh, that must be for me," and kind of like laughed it off. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "You weren't even supposed to hear it yet." But then later on that day, she told me that it really touched her heart and she appreciated it, and it was dope. And yeah,
That's
she
what's up, man.
she played it to death.
That's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gonna always get love for that song.
yeah. I'm hoping so. Oh
I'm
God,
certain of it, bro. Like
that's
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 never
that's
gonna
the
go
plan.
away. She get pissed at you, just turn that song up.
Yeah,
Walk out the room. Let her sit on that for a little bit.
Yeah, I close the door when the song go off. You get a different type of mad.
Right. Oh man, she started throwing shit at at the speakers.
Man, that'd be crazy.
Oh my goodness, yo. So it's the best time you've had on stage,
Um,
singing wise.
vocally, my best vocal performance.
Just when you got off the stage, you was like, I was in my bag tonight. It don't have to
Um,
necessarily be all vocals. It could just be the ambiance, the crowd, the whole everything.
I'm gonna say, post COVID at M at the soundboard. I'm sorry, at the soundboard, opening up for K Michelle.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
That was one of my dopest shows because I just felt so at home. It was one of the first shows that I actually brought my talk box out and literally played. Um, and the crowd responded to that like crazy, like, "Oh, he played too." And then on top of that, Michelle and her team came to me after the show, like, "Hey, man, bro, we need to exchange. No, the way you warmed up the stage and bunker and welcomed us. Oh, yeah, you got you in your bag for real." So I just felt real good about that show.
That's dope. You ever been booed before?
No,
Oh, I've been booed before. Oh, it's
no,
just horrible, bro. I
yeah.
I was supposed to do one song that was like a really dope song, but the producer fucked up the CD. So I ended up doing the other song that I wasn't as confident in. And boy, niggas let me have it.
Yeah, you gotta always follow your gut.
Oh my god, man.
Always follow your gut. Yeah.
Man. So what's the when you do you always follow your gut, or have you had not necessarily I've been booed moments, but moments where you kind of like in hindsight I should have did song A instead of the song B.
Yeah, all the time. I think us as artists, that's we always kind of critique ourselves in that way. Is you always gonna pick something that you could have did better.
Okay.
Um, I've had shows where I felt like myself, like, nah, that wasn't it. I wasn't feeling right. But then, like, the people around me, like, "Nigga, what are you talking about? You killed it.
Yeah.
Like, the crowd loved you." Then I had to learn. Now, this was the most awkward thing for me. I did a real intimate show at a place that I'm not gonna name. Um, and it was like a real intimate, enclosed place, and it was more like acoustic. I had my dad on acoustic guitar. It was no track. It was just me and him. And when I tell you I'm singing my heart out, man, I'm trying to be like Brian McKnight or somebody. The crowd is literally sitting there like this the whole time while I'm trying to do all type of vocal acrobats and everything.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in my head while I'm performing, like, dang, what am I doing? I know I'm on key. I know I'm singing. I know I'm doing some, but ain't nobody giving me no type of response. And the crazy part about it is when I was done, the crowd goes wild. So I'm like, and I looked at my manager, Terry Moore. I'm like, man, I thought I bombed. Like, and he was like, man, you sung the best I've ever heard you tonight. He was like, you just gotta get out of your head. They were paying attention and listening. It wasn't that you was doing anything wrong. They were just really listening. And so, artists got so much stuff that goes on through their head when they perform. And, that was one of those experiences that taught me you have to learn how to connect with you and bring the audience into your world because they're there for an experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I had to learn how to get out of my head. But yeah, that was probably one of the most awkward shows I had.
Oh man, and I think that's the gift and the curse of an artist.
Yeah.
Like you I was a matter of fact, I was listening to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Donnie Simpson was interviewing them a few days ago. And they were talking about how they just can't hear any music normally. Like every song they hear, whether they did it or not, they listen to the radio. They hear the fuck ups.
Yeah, they critique it.
Yeah,
But
all
what's
the time, and
crazy,
it was.
my business partner's like that. My business partner Gans, he actually produced Sex Chronicles too.
Okay.
Everything that I send him, it's a critique, bro. It's so irritating, but you gotta appreciate it at the same time. It could be a regular song, like bro, you hear it, like the whole, for instance, the Babyface album that just dropped. Like, man, did you hear this album? This is like one of the coldest R&B albums dropped. Like, Face damn near 60 years old, and he in pocket, like he 22, 23 still rocking. So of course I'm waiting for this reply to come back. Like, yeah, man, you right. This album dope, which he did say. But then he was like, man, but did you see? You hear how he got the sonics of the album? That we got to get the sonics of the music to be like that. You know what I'm saying? How he got the 808s hitting and the vocal clear. I said, bro, I wasn't trying to be technical. I was just asking, did you like the album? Like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, he just so, I mean, you know, you got people that's like that. That's how you know you got a real producer. I remember when I first met my business partner, before we actually started doing music, he asked me some questions that no other producer ever asked me in my whole career. Most producers that you meet, you're like, okay, yeah, what's your vibe? What's your sound? What you looking for? And then nowadays, I don't even really want to say they producers. A lot of beat makers just want to sing you a bunch of beats. Can you get on this? Can you get on this? My business partner was like, what's your favorite key to sing in? Like, what's your what type of range you got? If you know what I'm saying? Like, if you had to pick an artist, what artist would your vocal range be in? And then, you know, on top of that, he ran me through scales. Okay, now I know what I can do. Now I know what I can make for you, because I had to get a feel for your voice. Then he went and studied me. He went to my previous music and actually studied the type of stuff that I do. Okay. And so now, anytime that we work or anything that he send me, it's never a question. I don't. It's like, yeah, I'm in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope right there, man. So who do you listen to besides Babyface? Like who are your go to artists?
Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway. You want to come more up to date? Of course, Tank, Joe. Brian McKnight. Of course, I got a little Jodeci in me.
Jodeci's just fucking.
Yeah, Jodeci, H-Town, Drew Hill, next. I'm
Drew
R&B
Hill's
head,
so
man.
underrated too, bro.
Drew Hill is, man, I ain't even gonna say they underrated, but because I think that's probably one group that probably, other than Boyz II Men, Drew Hill gonna outsing you.
Yes. And what's old boy? Not Cisco. Is it Woody?
Not Woody, Nokia. Woody left.
But I'm saying, but like Woody is the big dude, right?
No, that's Jazz.
That dude.
Yeah, Jazz. Yeah, Jazz is the GOAT.
That dude.
Jazz is the GOAT.
Oh my God, man. That dude's got a phenomenal voice, man. Yeah, they ooh boy.
But even
Boys
the
to
way that
Men.
they formatted the group now, the new format, they added Teo and Scola, and then they got Smoke and Black from the group Player.
See, it's been a minute since I actually checked out any new shit from them.
Yeah, man, they was just here. I want to say a couple months ago, and I say when they rocked the show, they literally rocked the show in song. I said, man, look at here. I'm about to go home and practice. For real.
Yo, you know who does? Boys to Men don't get enough credit in the hood. And that first album, man, Motown Philly. Oh my God, man! Like I understand people's knocked as they kind of went a little too left pop, but those were just the hits. Like if you listen to the other songs, They had some shit, man.
Man,
They
Boys
really
to
did.
Men is they. If you ain't really into vocals, it's really not another group that you can go to other than probably Take Six.
I was gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're talking about the technicality of using vocals as a group, nobody does it like Boys to Men. But then you got to think the way that Michael Bivins did that, they kind of set the tone for groups. Man, they was like the blueprint for a lot of the white boy bands. For real, for real.
Absolutely. Oh,
Um,
facts.
yeah.
That's facts. What? You got. I take that back. You got to go to New Edition for that one.
Well,
Not me talking about it.
New Edition is the goats though. That's like the that's like the gods. But
New
then you gotta
Edition with
understand,
or without? Like, who do you prefer? With Johnny Gill or without?
it's got to be with Johnny.
See, I like it without. I like early New Edition.
It's got to be with Johnny, man. I like both. I like both, but Johnny was the mature New Edition.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
Johnny. That's when they grew up. So I,
True.
I like both. You know what I'm saying?
But man, when Bobby Brown was like just he when he was stirring the drink before he really kind of got out there. Man, yeah,
Bobby
man.
Bobby is that guy that a lot of people question too much, and it's like really is no question. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear people say it. Some people say like Bobby was a king, and then you get some people that was like, man, Bobby ain't no king, man. He was dope, but really it's not a question. Bobby set the tone, and then when they went out on tour, you got to think Bobby went down out on tour with them and shut down the whole group by himself. Like they had to follow his act. Like come on, man. I better give Bobby his props.
Like Bobby is not about to he's not about to sing, out sing some people,
Nope.
but as far he's going to give you one of the
He's,
best shows you're going
you're
to
gonna
see.
be entertained.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, man, like he knows just what buttons to push, which is an art in itself.
Yeah.
Cuz you got some people that can sing way better than him,
But they
but
can
I
never
don't want to
put
go
on a
see
show
them.
like him.
I don't want to go see them perform.
Right. Yeah.
And especially nowadays. Nowadays, like performing is pretty much like is R
Yeah.
and B. Matter of fact, is R&B dead now?
No, I won't say that it's dead. I would say that it's different.
Okay.
Um, I respect some of the stuff that, cause I'm a singer. I'm an R&B head. Like, um, so a lot of the new stuff, is not really my forte, but it is some new stuff that's dope because when you say R&B is dead, then you Xing out people like her, people like Tink, people like even Jasmine Sullivan. Like all of these people are here and relevant and really doing really good R&B music, but you're focused on the mainstream bullshit that they pushing
Yeah.
versus the R&B that's right here that's nobody searching for.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the yin and the yang. I can never say that R&B is dead because there's just too many dope R&B artists that I listen to on the daily, especially underground um R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's somebody that I haven't heard of that I should look up?
probably me. It's like no. uh,
Touche.
um,
I got you. That's fair though.
for sure. I'm gonna say a Detroit legend. A lot of
Okay.
niggas not even up on him, and I swear the world needs to be because his catalog is crazy and his resume is even crazier.
Okay.
My mentor, my big bro, Marcus Divine. Marcus Divine he's his own artist, but his resume is crazy. Like he's the MD on all of the Millennium tours. He's out on the road right now.
What's the
Um,
MD?
musical director,
Okay.
run the whole shebang. Or everybody that's on the show, their music get put together by him.
Okay.
He constructs the band and everything. So
Okay.
but not even only that, he's wrote for Menace Standard, Commission, uh, 112, Silk, um, and right here in our city. And nobody ever even talks to him. Lord talks about him. And I'm like, he crazy. But the thing about it, he's so humble. He like, no, I just do me.
Yeah, man. Like if you not telling, like if you from the city and you not telling niggas how dope you are, they it's
But that's the
hard.
thing, though. In a sense, and in a way, you shouldn't really have to. If you really a fan of music and you really love music the way you say you are as a consumer and as a fan, yeah, you should already know.
I mean, but Detroit is a loud city, always has been.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, so like it's like with Dilla, and I tell people
Diller's
all
the
the
goat. He's the greatest, bro.
but most of Detroit had no clue that man existed when he was living.
Facts, facts. And the crazy part about it is, I kind of grew up with Diller in a way from a distance.
Okay.
My god brother grew up with him more than I did, which is
Uh huh.
Dwelle.
Okay.
Um, and I remember me and Dwelle just doing stuff at his crib and at my crib on 4 tracks before Slum Village even fully came together as a group. Because Dwelle was actually supposed to be the fourth member in Slum Village. A lot of people didn't know that.
I did not.
That's when Tainted Love and really popped off. But he was really more so like, I kind of want to do my own thing because they got their sound already. And I'm the singer, so I think I just want to do my own. So he went off and did his own thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I can remember growing up, just even looking at them guys and the way that Dilla would construct stuff, even back then, before even anybody even really gave them respect or knew who they was. He was already a genius, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I would see him take 4 different samples from 4 different records and make them sound like something you never heard before.
Wow.
Yeah, so I kind of seen that with my own 2 eyes, like a for real. At that point, we always said it like a living legend. And at this point, like gone too soon. Because if Dilla was still here, I think the sound of the city, period, would be different.
I don't.
I think so, man.
I
Because
don't
Dilla,
think.
a lot of people don't understand. Dilla really did love this city, like crazy love. Like
Mm-hmm.
his thing was, I got to make it out and get my name to where it needs to be, so that I can come back and really put a stamp on what it is. If he was alive and able to do that, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
the sound of the city, period, would be different.
That's an argument to be made, but I don't. I think he had a different wave
Yeah, for
that
sure,
wasn't for here.
for sure.
Excuse me, wasn't for Detroit per se. Because I don't know, like Helliva's probably the top producer on the planet right now. His sound would still be prevalent.
Um, yeah,
I
I
think the
think so.
way that it's worked out was
But
perfect.
producers like Helliver was needed.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was needed. Like it's to the point to where I can honestly say Helliver is one of those producers that in a long, long, long time, he finally got people in other cities trying to copy what Detroit is doing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So in
Yes,
that regard, you gotta give that man his respect, and you gotta respect him for who he is. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, yeah,
Yes, and he got bars too. Who knew? Well,
yeah.
there's people that knew. I didn't know until recently. But man, I seen him in the field.
Oh
You
yeah.
know. Yeah. He
Oh
was.
well, I gotta get up on that.
Yeah. I said I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I'm like, damn. Okay. Oh, okay. I got a chance to interview his manager not too long ago. He just doesn't. It's not what he wants to do.
Right,
He just happens to be good at rapping too.
which
You
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah. Not
You gotta
everybody is.
pick your poison.
Yeah, and whatever makes you happy, if you can eat off of that, man, that is life right there.
Yeah. Because
You
people
know.
ask me all the time, like, you do so much. What do you like the most? Do you like being on stage? Do you like singing? Do you like producing? Do you like writing more? And I always have to go with studio work. I'm my happiest in the studio.
Okay, so one group, dead or alive, that says we're gonna give you full creative control for our next project. Who you picking?
Group?
Yep.
Oh, Jodeci all day.
Really? Okay.
Just so I can, just so I can just collab and really feel that Devontae swing. Because when it comes to producing R&B music, man,
Your man does not get the credit he deserves.
Devontae is a different animal when it comes to producing R&B music.
Is it R&B music, or is he a different animal when it comes to producing? I mean, they still R&B, but is it just the chemistry he has with Jodeci?
Because you got to think he was doing stuff with Missy, he was doing stuff with Timberland. Devontae produced a lot of stuff that people don't even know about.
So you just learned me something. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, yeah. So like his Devontae was doing stuff for Player. Him and Tim was they worked on some stuff with Genuine. You know his name on a lot of Devontae on a lot. He get a lot of he got a lot of props. But
Okay.
the way that he just formulated that Jodeci sound, think about it. When Jodeci dropped, it was like nothing we never heard.
No, my God, at all, at all. The funny part is, Casey was like, they developed well. Of course, Puffy and them kind of refined their look, but they were driving to New York to try to get signed. Stopped at a gas station and decided to wear sunglasses, and that was gonna be their look.
Sunglasses.
that was it. And literally went to MCA and like they was the first time they went to a record label, they got signed there
Wow,
that day. And
that's
and
dope.
and what was the first album? Was it Jodeci?
Uh, I want to say it was. That's the one with
Well, Forever My
Forever My
Lady.
Lady and all of that on
Yeah,
it. Yeah, yeah.
they had all that shit already done.
Wow. See?
Yeah, yeah. Now
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like
yeah,
they just like it just dropped in MCA lap with a fucking multi platinum demo.
yeah. And that don't happen often.
No, it does not. What's been the high point for you thus far, just career wise?
Um, Honestly, at this point, man, it's just getting the peers in my city to finally realize and know who Akinyele is.
Okay.
You know, when you in certain rooms and you walk past like certain people, like we just said, Helliver, or you know what I'm saying, even Marcus Divine and all of these other my peers here in my city that I literally look up to and respect when they can look back at me and be like, oh yeah, that's bro got that, yeah, bro got that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's that for me personally, that's one of my highlights.
Yo, and if somebody want to work with you, they want to get in contact with you, how they go about doing that?
Reaching out, I'm like the easiest person to work with, but all I ask is just make sure your business is handled and make sure you're just honest about what we're doing and let's do this paperwork right. As long as the paperwork right, we can work.
And speaking on that, like what is like specifically when you say make sure your business is handled, just give me the top three things they need to do to any young artists out there before they come rock with you.
Man, this is gonna sound so surface, but at least be registered. How you gonna get paid if you're not registered? You know what I'm saying? There's so many artists that come in here. I'm gonna rock out. You know, and believe it or not, they have the money. So you willing to spend your money not to make money. So be registered. You know, make sure you know what splits are,
Mm-hmm.
so we can do percentages because you want to have your publishing in order. You want to understand how mechanicals work, so you can get your money off of that.
Okay.
And if you collabing with somebody, you want to make sure at least they taken care of, because you don't want nobody coming back at you after something done already popped. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that your business in order, and you know you focused, and you have a plan. Like I hate artists that's so talented, bro, and they have literally. I just want to do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do afterwards. I just want to do it. I got so many dope artists on files right now with songs that's not released, that's bangers that I feel like can really be hits with the right marketing and promotion. But it's like the artist is not the artist.
But see, you know, the way I look at it is that LeBron plays basketball.
Hmm.
He's great because he chose a great trainer. He chose a great nutritionist. He chose a great chef. You know what I mean? Like he's not good at all that other shit.
Hmm.
And it's the same thing with a lot of artists. It they're the better that you may be in one area,
Yeah,
you
you
may
need
be
a team.
deficient. Yeah,
You
basically
need
you need
you
a
need a
good
team.
team,
Yeah, you definitely need a team. But I tell artists that all the time. Like, and every team is not good for you.
man.
You have to literally, you have to literally build your team around what you want to do. But you have to at least know what you want to do and know at
Yeah,
least the basic steps to take to get there.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It ain't easy though.
It's not.
You know, like making the music is probably the easiest shit for an artist.
Yeah, that's the funnest part.
Yeah, you know, and you
Right.
get to enjoy that shit, have fun, go to the studio, get drunk, or whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whatever floats your boat to get you, get your rocks off in the studio.
Right.
And then you gotta do shit you don't like interviews and business shit and
I mean, but that's the fun part, especially like when it's an interview like this. It's like just relaxing, and you have a platform to really be yourself and really explain what your artistry is. So the interview parts and that, I think that goes along with like the studio work. Like that's the fun part. You know what I'm saying? I think the work is the business of music is
yeah.
is what where it gets a little funny.
Although I would not want to answer the same fucking question 8,000 times.
Yeah, but it's kind of part of the job.
Like like when somebody like if you're a one hit wonder, like 20 years of singing the same fucking song. It's
Hmm.
gotta it's gotta wear on you a little bit. It's not that you don't have other music. It's not that you haven't done other shit. It's that when you show up, they want you to do the same fucking song over and over and over.
Right? But do you really feel that way though? Because I mean, if it's a hit and it's a one hit, isn't that almost like a classic?
I mean, it's absolutely a classic to the world.
Right.
But to
So-
you, you've heard that song because, even the people that love that song may over their lifetime hear it 100 times. You've probably, and especially if it's a classic and it's a hit, you heard that song 100 times in 6 months. And
Yeah.
this is 20 years after it was released.
Yeah. I mean,
Like 10,000. How many times you want to hear one song? 10,000 times? 20?
but if you got a song that's doing something like that, that bag got an influence on it too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. That's
you
why you
know,
still doing that, motherfucker.
yeah, yeah, that bag can change things
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
might not like it, but you gonna be out there every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing that motherfucking song because that bag is telling you otherwise.
Hmm.
So would you prefer, let's say, okay, let's say Redman's career in R&B terms, or having an Ice Ice Baby type of song, and not necessarily like that song, but that level of hit?
Um, I'm gonna have to go Redman because it's longevity.
Yeah,
And to be honest, if he really wanted to, Redman could be relevant to this day right now. If he really wanted to be,
you think?
yeah, he's still dibbling his head in and out. You know what I'm saying? Him and Meth had they run together. So when Meth do
Yeah,
some stuff, he'd dip in with him. Like he's the perfect example of doing what you're supposed to do and rubbing the shoulders that you're supposed to rub because he's
yeah,
still respected.
absolutely.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
did it his way.
Yeah. Whereas just like you talking about Ice Ice Baby Vanilla Ice, he that was it. Like
Yeah,
he came out, that was it. It was massive. Don't get me wrong, it was massive, but that was it.
yeah. The back. I would argue he's probably made more money than Redman though,
Um,
off of that one song.
yeah, probably for sure.
So the bag has definitely got to be different.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would agree with you, man. I would absolutely like Redman has been able to just, they've both done the same thing on different scales. They've
yeah,
both toured the world, except, well, I won't say they both done the same thing because nobody really respected Vanilla Ice, and Redman's got, people will be talking about his music in 1,000 years.
yeah,
It'll be some class in some music school, and they'll be going over, muddy waters,
yeah.
which is fucking crazy. Hip hop wise, who you fucking with?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm an old school head, man. So no, you actually who I've been banging heavy lately, Joyner Lucas, bro.
Okay.
Oh my god. You talking about bars. But I'm still RIP to the God, man. I'm still a big fan of Fred the Godson. Um,
Never really got into dude that much.
man, bar heavy. When I say bar metaphor heavy, and then I like his delivery is just
His delivery was dope though.
like
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
just like yeah,
Yeah,
you
like,
know.
yeah, he
Yeah,
had the I'm that nigga delivery down packed.
yeah. So but um I'm trying to think of somebody that's kinda like newer in the new school out of the new cats. I would have to go only because my son goes crazy for this guy and his music just embedded in my head. 4-2 Dub.
He actually kind of dope though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Like he actually pretty dope.
yeah.
A matter of fact, I interviewed this cat the other day. Party at 4. That dude was fucking dope.
Party at 4.
Yeah,
That's his name.
that's his name.
I'm gonna have to check him out. Where he from?
And Milwaukee.
Okay.
But man, and then like this, he's got a few things out now, but the shit that they sent me that I can't play,
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah,
yiggy yiggy.
yeah.
Oberolin fucks with him.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to like really like trying to think like the new shit that T Grizzly just dropped.
Hey man, he underrated, bro. Let me say that now. Let me just say that now. T Grizzly is underrated, bro.
There's no gray area with him for me. Like when the shit that he just dropped, like the storytelling T Grizzly is
Yes. Stupid.
elite.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
not storytelling T Grizzly is not.
He got his sound though.
He absolutely does have his sound. But it's just, and you know what? And I take that back. Let me word that differently. I think that he's so much better than everybody else at storytelling,
I would agree.
and especially the this nigga just basically put out a whole ass opera, a hip hop opera for today's times, and with the last shit he just put out, and videos for all this shit. It's fucking phenomenal. There's some like I didn't think I could listen to that many different stories in hip hop and be completely entertained by each one.
It's the
He's so much better at that that it makes what when he doesn't do that, it doesn't look as good. Not that it's trash or bad. It just he's so much better at the other shit.
yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
yeah. But man, oh my god, yeah, that Jesus
It's guys
Christ,
like that that really, you being from Detroit, you got to thank them for doing what they did.
man,
You have to, bro,
yo,
because yeah, they really holding the city down right now.
yo, man, the Detroit wave right now, man, is like my only concern is they're being too they're giving it away too much.
Yeah, it's too many people that now that you hear and you will swear that it's one of us, and it's like that nigga
Yeah,
from where?
yeah,
Like, how? But my thing is, man, I just want to get it back to where people respect Detroit for the soul music that we've always been known for. Like the world, when it comes to R&B and soul music, the
hmm
world has stolen from Detroit. The
oh my
world.
god, absolutely,
You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
and it's now it's like we at this point to where they want to give all of these props when it comes to R&B music and soul music to all of these other cities, and it's like, man, come on, stop playing. Like we got the biggest, not only R&B artists, but the biggest gospel artists. When you're talking about soul, R&B, real for real music, like the greatest came from here.
But like for today, like the thing about the way the hip hop wave right now is that outside of the beefs, for the most part, everybody is on board. It's like let's get money as a city. Blah, blah, blah. Is that happening with R&B in the city?
Um, it's a little division. I mean, it's a lot of unity, but it's still a little division
Okay,
because, as we know, Detroit has always been somewhat kind of clicky.
facts.
Because we're funny, different type of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like you know
yeah.
we Detroit. What I say all the time, Detroit got trust issues.
Oh,
You being from
absolutely.
Detroit, you're not trusting everybody.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Money
saying?
over
So,
everything.
yeah. So it's kind of that when it comes. I see a lot of more unity happening now as far as collaborations and doing collaborative projects together. And I think the more that we do that, it'll get back to it
Hmm.
because now you're starting to see where like you know hip hop in our city kind of took over the scene with the open mics and the showcases, and you know our hip hop scene was been popping for a minute now.
For a minute since
So
the hip
now
hop
you're
shop.
starting, yeah, now you're starting to see like more of the R&B showcases and more of if this person got a performance, it's 5 of us that ain't even performing. It's still going just to support. So it's getting back to that.
Yeah.
So once that unity gets back and we really start making moves, um, because believe it or not, man, it's a lot of what I call them big heads that's looking at the city right now. So
Okay.
if we do it right, we'll be back.
You know what? I think R&B in the city is missing a sound.
Well,
And I'm not saying like there's a lot of cats that got their own sound.
I see what you're saying because now that I think about it, it's a lot of Detroit artists that does a lot of covers and a lot of top 40 stuff and a lot of like I'm talking about like far as performance wise. It's like
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you paying more attention to that than your own original music. It's like it's
Yeah.
cool to pay homage and show where you pulling from. But when your whole show is pretty much based around cover music and then you do like one, two originals, like yeah, that's the part I don't. I do like one cover in every show.
Hmm. Yeah,
Picking and choosing
and
on
that's
the
how it should be. Like even the greats will cover a song or two,
yeah.
you know, but you
Yeah, but
shouldn't
I want you
cover
to.
your whole set with covers.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know. It's kind of acknowledging a lack of confidence in what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and like when it's like back to Helliver, like Helliver, like there's a sound in the hip hop lane. Whether Helliver did it or not, it's Helliver esque. It's influenced.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what R&B is missing. That one producer that kind of ties everybody in with
yeah,
a similar type of sound that's able to cover a group over here, a solo artist, a duet over here. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
you can kind of get that it's from the same person, but it don't sound the same.
I would have to agree. All right,
You
you
know,
might you might be giving
you
me
should
some.
be that you should be that nigga.
Yeah, I'm just saying you might just put a battery in my back.
I'm just saying, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's got to be somebody. Why not you?
you right. You right.
You know, and you like it starts with somebody that's already tapped in. You got the lineage. You got the music.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. You right. I
You
won't
know.
argue with that.
Yeah. You know. And I want 2 points too. I'm just fucking with you.
There you go. You got them. You got it. Everybody got to get their points. Hey.
Yo. And I'm not gonna take up too much of your time, man. Before we go, is there anything you want to impart on people? And drop any knowledge, any wisdom? Say something silly. I don't care. Whatever you want to say, bro.
Man, just in every city, no matter, because I don't know who's watching, but wherever you are, show love and support the artist in your city that you love. Like, if it's, I don't care if it's one artist or two, embrace what they do and push them out to the world as much as you can. Because as independent artists, we don't have a lot of mainstream muscle that we would need. So we definitely need y'all love and y'all support to get us to where we trying to get to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yo, if there's anything I can ever do for you, bro, please don't hesitate, man. This has been pretty dope too, man. I appreciate the conversation, man.
Man,
It's
I
been
appreciate
dope.
you for having me on your platform, man. This is dope.
I appreciate that. Well, I can talk forever, but that's all I got, bro. I'm not about to sing shit. Uh, on that note, man, again, definitely shout out to your manager. Shout out to your family. Definitely appreciate that. Yo, man, I don't know. You got to tell me where this is at too, man. Next time I'm in the city, man, I'm gonna have to come rock with you for a little bit because
Oh, the
that's fucking
studio?
dope. Yes.
I'm on the east side of Detroit, you know.
Oh, the
I'm a
east side. Oh.
I'm a west side babe. I'm Joy Road all day. But
Oh,
I've been on
no,
the
respectfully, Joy Road is the east side of the west side.
for sure.
I'm
Okay.
just, I'm just joking, Joy Road. Don't
I
exit
mean,
nine.
I'm
I
from
love
Joy
you,
Road, but yeah, you're right. Like it's the yin and the yang, yeah.
man. Them niggas
But
over there is about it.
yeah, man, I grew up in the thick of it, man.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's all good. Um,
I grew up right up the street, man, on 7 Mile, so I can't talk too much shit.
oh yeah, y'all was just as worse as us.
Yeah, man. It looks horrible now too,
Yeah,
man. Oh my god.
man.
I miss the way my city used to be.
Yeah, we gonna get it back. We gonna
I
get it
hope
back
so,
together.
man.
It's
I
starting with
hope so.
downtown because they got downtown looking really decent right now.
Yeah,
They've been redeveloping and everything.
that's all they've been worried about is downtown.
Yeah, but now we got not the sidebar, but we got real genuine Detroit hip hop soldiers like my brother KDZ that's literally going through the city buying up blocks, and that's a bar. That is a bar to
Yo,
set.
and tell your mans to come on the show too while we at it too. Fucking
KDZ?
legend, yes.
Yeah,
A
okay.
fucking legend.
That's a busy guy though.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
he's
a
a
busy
fucking
guy.
legend.
He not only KD the rapper, he the actor now and
Yeah, man. Like
writing
him and
movies.
Al Nuke, man, it's just been like really just killing shit. Not to, and shout out to Murder Pain.
Yeah,
McGraw Ave coming out this Sunday. Waiting
yes,
on that shit, man. Oh
I
my
am
goodness.
waiting, bro.
Oh
And they got the other big homie in there now for season 2. My homie Cino.
yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. They got the Christmas joint that just dropped too.
What Christmas joint?
They got a Christmas movie.
Oh, you got to put me up on that.
Yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah. As soon as yeah, you got look. Matter of fact, look on Cino's Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I peeped that. That shit looks hilarious and it looks professional as fuck. Like I will
Check it out.
say, yeah, I will say, niggas in the city, man, know how to get money in every way.
Yeah, man. Tubi done saved my life this year. I got so much music in Tubi movies. Shout out to
Really?
Jury. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got like half of She Said soundtrack.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
I got like one that I'm on and probably like 2 or 3 that I produced on Paper Hearts. And man, I got so much music everywhere, bro. I've just been grinding and working.
Dad, yo,
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit. That's fire right there. Yo, yeah. Shout out to Tubi, man. I know y'all get a knock, but hey, niggas be watching the shit out of Tubi though. We'll talk shit about it and still be watching that
Well, we
shit.
still watching it because we love who we love, man.
And this shit getting much, much, much better too, man. You can tell that people is actually taking their craft serious. Like not every movie is some goofy shit that you and your man's made in the backyard for $12.
Right.
This nigga's putting some serious money into this shit.
Yeah. Shout out to like Dennis Reed, Moolah Films. They really putting in the work, man. Yeah, they going crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a dope ass Tigers hat too, by the way.
Ah, man, thanks.
Yeah, that's fucking fire. I want to tell you that one. But on that note, man, let me get out of here, man. 'Cause fucking neighbors about to start cutting their grass anyway.
Okay.
Again, if you need anything, bruh, I got you, no doubt.
For sure, I'm gonna definitely stay in touch with you. Thank you for having me on your platform, man.
Always,
Salute.
no doubt. Peace,
All right.
bro. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Yo, and before I go, let me make sure that because I completely got lost in the sauce with the conversation. It was such a dope conversation. I forgot to play the fucking commercial. So shout out to Photos by Van. Here we go. And as you can hear, my corny ass neighbor has decided to cut the fucking grass at 4 o'clock on a Monday morning. Monday afternoon. Oh, I hate this neighbor. Oh. Anyway, y'all have a good one. And thanks again to Akinyele. That's 2 times, got that shit right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, the whole 9, man. Y'all already know, man. Legends only. This is Jobs, Intellectually Petty Radio. I'm out.